Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons and Downtown Atlanta. Would everybody like to introduce themselves?
Hello, I am Ace. Not much to report.
I'm Despair, aka Adrian. Hello!
And I am Jace Thorne, aka Acadius.
And I'm Zephyr Martorin. You motherfucker. You motherfucker, you wait until the lift's over. You go in your corner, young man.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Zephyr Martorin, I'll be your DJ for the evening.
Do we do that again?
Do
No,
it again.
Okay.
that's fun. One take only.
Okay. Do you guys remember where we left off last week?
We were shooting Eldritch blasts at a poor little guy.
No, I was doing that.
Well, yeah, I was watching.
There we go.
I don't know if that was a poor little guy, but y'all can define him however you want.
Yep. And, Zephyr did a really excellent play.
Yes,
He was gorgeous.
surprisingly, it worked out.
Yes, it did. Yes,
A lot of
it did.
preparation.
Some excellent improv paired with some pretty decent roll.
Yep, and Zephyr got rewarded a inspiration for it.
And
Yeah,
also
he
the
did.
that flute that motherfucker promised me.
He didn't give it to you
Yeah.
yet, but he
No,
said
but
he
he
would give it
he
to you
did
as
say
soon as
he'd give me one that was more splendorous than the one that I had asked for.
That he
Which is
did.
pretty awesome.
But I think after the Eldritch Blasts, we left off to where, Despair, Zephyr, and Ace were going to the tavern just to drink and to celebrate.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
All right. What would Jace be doing in the meantime? Is he going to try to meet up with the folks, or is he going to spend more time with Persephone?
I mean, he probably would be. I mean, how much time has passed, realistically?
A
Okay.
day.
It's
Yeah.
been a full day, and you guys didn't come back to the guild?
No, it's not like it's nighttime now. You know, like you were out with Persephone all day, and it's getting a little late. Not like 24 hours, but
I'd probably still just kind of hang around, just do busy work around the guild.
and with that note, you guys are headed off to the tap house then, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. On your way there, the roads are pretty much the same amount of busy they would be this time of night. You can see couples of people scattered around each building and each establishment, and as you draw closer to the tap house, you can see the usual loud crowd. But on the way there, you see an unfamiliar face, kind of slightly obscured by a hood, as he seems to be hobbling over towards you. And as he gets closer, you can kind of see past the hood a tabaxi man, an old tabaxi, and he's kind of hobbling over to you using his large, thick wooden cane as his main support. As he kind of hobbles over and puts his hand out to you, and he pulls back his cloak, and he kind of eyes over you each slowly, seeming to study you for just a moment before finally speaking. The adventurers. I knew you to be powerful, but your energy is stronger than I had expected.
Who may be old man?
He he seems to almost ignore your words and continues talking. I knew our paths would cross eventually, but so soon. No, I was not expecting that.
I'm grabbing for like my coppers. I'm thinking this guy's gonna want money or something, like a hobo.
I mean, that's essentially what he looks like. But
Do
eventually,
any of us recognize him?
no, you've never seen anybody like that. You've never seen a
Alright.
single other tabaxi in this town, let alone this one.
Alright.
Eventually, he does answer Despair's question. My name is Talmot, the Seer. I tend to only be in the city when no one else is, so it's no surprise you don't recognize me. Seeking help from the famed adventurers, and he moves his hand over you all with kind of a flourish. You see, I've come seeking help from you.
We're famous? We're famous.
Of course I am.
We did beat a giant crab.
This is
Your
true.
name, and at least your spirit, your energy has made way around the town, and I've been following closely as I knew that our paths would cross at some point. I knew they were destined to.
What do you want?
You want money?
No, I have plenty money to live the way I live. What I need is help. As I told you before, I am a seer. A true seer. That means I've an unexplained divinity within me to see visions, and some say the power to bless and curse. While my divinity comes from within, I use a certain plant to aid me. It's called Graya Rot.
Yes, I've tried plants before to give me better visions, but unfortunately none of them have been very credible.
That's because you've been going to alchemists and a sort and botanists. It's not the same as my Graya Rot. It makes my visions more vivid and my blessings more frequent.
This shit sounds awesome. I want some.
Oh, this shit, you say, is awesome.
Oh,
indeed.
sorry, that wasn't supposed to be a character.
Oh, it's too late. I already answered.
Fuck!
My precious homegrown Graya Rot, you see, it's been stolen from me. I barely got a look at him as I was asleep, but I took some of my emergency stash rot, and I saw a tall man retreat to a cave out in the forest nearby. I need you to retrieve my Graya Rot. I can't continue doing my work without it.
What does this man look like? Despair will ask.
I didn't see much, as the reserve stash that I keep is not as powerful, and it's not as fresh. All I know is it was a man, a tall man, wearing all black, wearing a hood that covered most of his face.
Which direction is this?
I could take you there.
How much
Yeah,
are
let's
you
go.
willing? How much are you willing to pay us?
Well, like I said, I've got plenty of money to live my lifestyle, but it may not be a great amount of money to adventurers such as yourself. But I have other things to offer on top.
Zephyr leans forward. Other things?
Yes.
Things of
On
a
top
magical nature?
Someone of the average caliber might refer to it as magic. Yes.
Ah, even more interesting.
I could only offer in gold about 100 gold to each of you, which is damn near everything I have, but like I said, I can get more when I need it. But what might be more alluring to you? He kind of reaches a shaky old hand up to his coat and opens one side of it, and you can see he's the inside of his coat, much like Zephyr's, or much like damn, it's been that long. What's your alchemist boy's name again?
Arshad.
Arshad.
Much like Arshad, he's got all sorts of different vials and mostly potion bottles, but his seem to be more makeshift. And he pulls 3 of them out with kind of a uncharacteristically swift motion for the old man, and holds 3 bottles in between 3 of his gripped fingers. I can offer you these. I think these potions might resist such as yourself.
Do you have a 4th? Despair asked.
A 4th what?
There's 4 of us, and you're telling us that you follow us, right?
Well, honestly, I will just take the money if you guys want whatever that shit is. Well, I'm good with coin.
May I take a look?
Yes. He kind of extends his shaky hand out to you.
I'll pick it up and I'll cast Identify.
Okay, so the green one, it coats things. Whatever you pour on it will be coated in this scent that is irresistible to many monsters and animals. Not really humanoid things, not your typical elf or human or dwarf, but more wild things are like irresistibly attracted to the scent of whatever you pour it on.
If there's 4 of these potions, I'm perfectly happy to use all 4 spell slots for each of these.
There is 3.
3, okay.
But, and you don't have to use spell slots. They're like.
Well, Identify only works for 1 at a time, doesn't it?
Oh, I thought you were saying to use them. Okay,
oh,
I got you. No. And then so you're gonna use it for all 3? You're saying?
Yeah, so I know what they are.
Okay, the white one, it heightens somebody's senses, which basically just gives you a +5 to perception for an hour. whenever taken. And it has 5 sips in it, so you can use it 5 times.
That's really cool.
And the red one, this is the one that the man was a little bit more tentative to give up to you, because it is straight up poison. That is through consumption only, through like mouth consumption only, able to kill the consumer within 10 minutes. However, it is very detectable post-mortem.
I relay all of this to the group and I say to the man, a very interesting combination you have here.
Of course.
Ace is now paying attention with the poison mentioned.
He kind of notices you looking. You seem skeptical at first, but like I said, I know your group, and I know what interests you. So, do we have a deal?
I'm certainly on board.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Oh, I'm in.
Zephyr's really interested in that perception potion.
We should probably. Sorry, go on, Critty.
You don't have to do it now. I can show you where I stay. It's not too far outside of town. Just come and ask me when you're ready, and I can show you the cave.
We should probably find Jace first before we go.
Oh, right, Jace is not here. Right, forgot about that.
Well, someone can go with the man, and then we can all meet back at the guild hall.
I'll go with him.
I can go. Oh. Okay.
Oh, do you want to go? I can go.
I don't mind going.
Let Ace go. Let's have a walk.
Alright.
Alright.
Despair will nod, and she will go with Zephyr.
And Ace will follow the old man, I guess.
Okay, well, we'll just get that out of the way real quick, just so you can know where he's going, and then catch up with the rest of the group or whatever.
Yepers.
As you're walking, you kind of notice the path that you're taking is quite familiar, until the man kind of turns off the path, and he goes to the same orc encampment that you had encountered before and scared the orcs away from. You see that he's kind of set up shop there, essentially, and has a bunch of his potions and his mortar and pestle and stuff sitting around inside of their little hut.
Alright.
This is where I stay. You can come by anytime and I'll show you where they stay.
Alright then. I guess I'll come back with the full party in the morning.
Okay.
And he will turn and walk away before he goes. Is there anything he could possibly see and steal?
At the orc encampment, no. I mean, well, like his stuff, you mean?
Yeah. Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Buying out freely.
It's not in front of you. He took you kind of near it. Inside of the little hut, there's all of his work, yeah. But you guys are not in there quite.
Okay, he'll leave it and he'll continue walking back.
Okay. And you guys were just gonna go pick up Jace, right?
Yeah, I assume we're gonna be role playing though while me and Zephyr walk, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything planned, but sure.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I just figured that she's a rogue. She probably would want to steal from him, so I figured I'd just let him go.
Yeah. So, I forgot to kind of describe what Despair looks like right now. I assume she took off the dress because she doesn't really give much of a fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
We wouldn't. Yes, I did. I did keep it, but I would not expect Despair to wear that more than one night.
Yeah. I think Despair has it slung over her shoulder, and she still kind of has the bun in her hair. As she's walking, like, she's kind of, like, relaxed a bit more with Zephyr, I'd say, because of, like, how long they've known each other. And,
it's like a week so far.
Yeah, and, how Zephyr kind of handled the creep, really. So, Despair is feeling kind of more comfortable around him, I'd say.
He's just walking, kind of dicking around, looking around at like rocks and shit. Just, swaying his step.
Yeah, that makes sense. Despair kind of sighs, like, I wish I could have got it a drink. And she just, like, looks at the direction of the tap house, like, longingly.
As you look away, he's going to pull out the bottle of elvish wine that he has out of his backpack and offer you a sip.
Despair looks, and she's like, "Oh, I would appreciate a sip, yeah."
Oh no, the whole bottle. And I grabbed the other one.
Oh, okay. She just takes it, and she takes out the cork, and she drinks it, like chugs it, because she's a tank.
Competing.
Are you
definitely.
drinking the entire bottle?
I'm definitely competing.
Constitution check, please.
Not my forte.
From both of you.
Oh shit, let's see here. What is my con?
Is it a saving throw?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's only +1.
Holy
That's a 2.
Oh my
1
god.
plus 1. It's still a critical fail.
15.
Oh no.
You just start choking on the cork.
Zephyr kind of tilts the bottle up and starts swinging from it, and just immediately on like the moment that he puts his head down from swinging, he feels himself go too far forward as he's already sauced and he's already struggling to keep his balance. Despair is
That's awesome.
feeling okay. You know, she didn't tank it. She can feel a little something in her head, but you know, she's feeling fine.
Yep, so Despair will suddenly catch Zephyr, and then she'll hoist him up over her back.
Good old time.
That's not necessary. And
It's okay. She'll just pat his back, and she'll just continue on.
and with that, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on my charisma to act like I'm fine.
Oh my god.
That's okay. However, I will say, due to the natural one, as is tradition,
That's
I'm
fair.
still going to need a periodic Constitution save to see if you're vomiting.
Oh no, totally. I'm just gonna try and pretend to be smooth.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's just like smooth talking a woman, throws up, and then continues talking as if it never happened.
Oh, ignore that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to roll performance to see if I walk straight?
Yeah.
They're just carrying you.
Which, by the way, oh yeah, that's right.
You're being carried.
I guess I'll
I
just pull out a book.
carrying-
Are you actually using that spell though? Or whatever?
I will if she's not carrying me.
No, I'm carrying him.
Then I will not use it. It's a second level spell. I'm not wasting that. I will pull out a book, lean my elbows on her back, and just start reading.
Despair
Totally.
just
We're so used to this.
nods. And she just goes to the inn. She assumes that Jace is at the inn.
Remember, everyone, night 2, this woman tucked me into bed because I had had too much to drink.
Yep.
There it is. Yes, Jace and Persephone are both at the front desk of the inn, just kind of chatting away as you guys enter.
And Despair's just like, sup.
Hello!
While she carries Zephyr.
No, Jace would totally have like a maid's apron on and like sweeping around and like doing like housework.
Oh, turn me around.
Alright. And she turns around.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
My, quite the familiar sight there, isn't it? How's he doing?
I've only seen one of these bottles.
She can't see!
Yeah, isn't she blind?
There's the other one.
Everything's a familiar sight to her. It's black.
That's what I meant, obviously.
I'm proud of you.
Is it just the alcohol, or are you blind?
How's he handling it this time, Despair?
About as well as could be expected.
It sounds a little bit worse than last time.
This
Yeah,
time.
it is worse. She just says,
It's like the fourth
Zephyr,
time I've been
I hope
drunk.
you don't. Zephyr, I hope you don't puke on that book.
Oh, I need to roll now.
Yeah.
You asked for it, man.
What's up, Jace?
Zephyr is clearly drunk, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go over in my maid's.
Oh, I puke all over the book.
Oh no!
That's a 2.
Right before you do despair. Persephone is like, well, just make sure you don't puke on anything. Jace just finished. Oh, okay.
I just go over to Zephyr. I just pat you on the back, and I'm like, it'll be okay. And I'm going to use 5 of my 10 wounds to neutralize all poisons affecting him.
Holy shit, I didn't know. Are you a paladin?
Captains have 10 wounds, which is basically paladin lay on hands.
That's awesome. Does it work?
So yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Does it work, Critty?
It neutralizes 1 poison effect.
But it's not technically poison. That's the thing.
Some
DMs say yes, some DMs say no.
Alcohol is poison.
Some people say yes, some people say no. I'm cool with that. Either or.
I'll accept it.
Awesome! I suddenly feel better. And I'm like,
especially because it's post you vomiting on things, so I got what
fuck.
I needed.
That's right. Oh, my book's a mess. Okay. I'm just going to motion for Despair to just a little lower, and get off her.
Despair just kind of awkwardly puts him down, and she just places him, and she's just like, "Do you have any puke on me?"
No, I caught it all.
I see. Okay.
On the book.
Yeah, I'm currently wiping my book with a rag.
Okay, Zephyr, I think after that, I think you should go have a bath.
Yes, indeed.
Well, actually, if you're headed over there anyway, there was a strange note posted up on the quest board at the guild, and it was pretty clearly directed at your fine group. And, well, here you go. And she kind of picks it up and hands it to you. Or she takes it out of her pocket, and hands it to the nearest person.
Despair will take it, and she'll read it.
If you look at it, let me look at my notes so I can see what it says.
Good thing you guys are alive.
I assume I probably already have read it.
Yeah, I meant to mention it to you before, Jace, but I didn't, so it'd be like
no, we're fine, yeah.
Zephyr's just gonna tear out the pages that are puked on, and he's just gonna start spritzing himself with some sort of perfume, if he has any. I don't think I do.
I just take my maid's costume out and hand it to you.
From the tavern? Or the inn?
The inn is... Oh, yeah, it's not that far out. The orc encampment is not that far out, so you can arrive about now.
Did you say maid's costume?
Maid's apron, sorry.
What? Why do you have that?
I was doing
Persephone
work,
had
so
laying around.
Yeah, I borrowed Persephone's maid apron.
I bet you did.
Ace is gonna walk in.
I just smile and my teeth just glisten. I'm like,
Ace walks in at this time. He notices the puke on the floor, walks around it with a questionable look on his face, and then looks at Jace and sort of stops in his tracks and looks up and down and says, "Quite the day, huh?"
Zephyr adjusts his glasses.
I say yes, quite the day.
Despair is really absorbed into reading this note. She's trying to decipher it.
Okay, it's a super vague note, and it pretty much refers to you guys as the Fated Four adventurers, and it's because she's not the person, is not using any specific language, and it says for the tall one to meet where she used to go with her friends every morn, at midnight, at midnight, so that you can talk details. It's a super vaguely worded note that uses no specific identifiers or anything. But
Despair will probably be like, "What the fuck is this?" And she shows it to Zephyr, "What?"
Zephyr is currently gargling the rest of his elvish wine to get
okay,
the flavor out.
And then she'll just show it to Ace. What is this?
Just question. Despair is the tallest one of us. Right?
I'm 6'3", she's 6'5", I think.
Yeah,
6'4".
And if she's not, that's what I was assuming when I wrote that, so...
Yeah, okay. No, I'm the tallest here.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Ace is gonna look at it and then look back up to Despair and say, "Well, looks like it's referring to you. Have any close friends around?"
She looks to Zephyr, Jace, and then Ace. And then, I don't know if you guys consider me a friend, but she just kind of looks down.
Yeah,
And
when
then she
I'm
goes
not gonna let
silent.
that hang in the air. Zephyr's just gonna.
Ace is awkward.
Zephyr's
Ace is
gonna-
awkward.
Zephyr's just gonna. Yeah, he's just gonna swallow it and say, "Yeah, of course," and start swinging another one.
You're going to puke on everything again, Despair says, in like a deadpan voice.
Oh,
Are
that's
you
his?
drinking again? I thought you were gargling.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
I'm taking
his?
another one. Well, I feel better now, so.
Ace
We'll
is gonna
take care of
look
that
at.
in a minute.
Ace is looking at the puke on the floor. Is like, oh, he did that.
Yeah,
Oh, God. Okay.
but okay.
That's
let's
better.
just
There you
yeah.
go,
Let's
you're
just go over there and like Despair like takes Zephyr's like bottle and she takes it out of his hand, and then she's just like, "You're not having this anymore," and she'll start drinking it
Aw.
herself. And then
You-
she'll go over to where the meeting point is.
That's some strong stuff.
Are you going alone?
Come with me, she just says as she like downs the bottle.
Yeah, Zephyr
Oh,
shrugs
God.
and falls.
Yeah,
Ace.
Jace quickly takes off the maid apron and sets it down and follows.
The mating.
Duty calls.
He's gonna follow. Ace is gonna follow.
Wow, roleplay in the roleplay.
Kinky.
Very
Goodbye,
kinky.
as you guys leave, Persephone kind of waves her fingers. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Jace. She says as you guys kind of make your way out the door.
Jace, dressed in lace, playing with my mace.
I hate
I will slap it across your face.
Oh! Oh! Straight fire!
Got him. Got him.
Then you will remember your place.
Oh! This man needs the Lord! Oh! You know, the night is young.
This man
Then
is
usually
playing.
I get maced.
This dude is playing Bard in the next campaign.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
yes.
I would play a great bard.
If I die, I'm gonna be a bard poet.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Where y'all headed?
The meeting point. I assume it's at Nim's bathhouse.
Probably.
All right. They
could
will
use
go
a
over
bath.
there, and then Despair will say to Zephyr, "Go and have a bath."
I have taken so many baths this week. I am probably so shiny. I could
Jason-
blind
No, you're
people in the
not
day.
You're not shiny. You're disgusting. You smell
I'm not
You
against
just-
the idea.
good.
Jace is
So
already
just-
stripping down and getting ready.
I
for
just
a
don't
bath.
have that kind of money.
Hey, Despair like puts up a thumbs up, and like she.
Ace is
she
confused.
winks.
Out of curiosity, Critty,
Yes.
what was the cost of the bathhouse?
I think 4 gold pieces.
I have 1 gold piece to my name.
Despair gives like Zephyr like 30 gold. Here, take it.
Okay. I take the 30 gold. I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at that gift horse in the mouth.
As you guys arrive at well, you've been there, but when you guys arrived, it's about 11:30 by now. So you've got a little bit of time to kill until midnight to see if this was, in fact, the meeting's place. So, if
Jace
Zephyr
is relaxing.
yes, all going in for a bathe, or is it just
Zephyr's the only foul one right now.
That's right.
Honestly,
I'm going in just to go in. I've been cleaning
yeah,
all day.
why not? I'm gonna go in too.
Every time this bastard drinks, he just pukes it right back up.
Yeah.
Every time.
know,
I can't win with him.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Despair to nat one and puke up everything she's ever drank.
I've had
God.
I have an alcoholic character in another campaign that drinks more than this and never, ever has a crit fail.
Yes.
Ugh.
I hope that
Times
she
have
doesn't
changed.
die.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised she's alive.
So
Anyway.
everybody's going in the bath.
Yeah.
Ace is gonna follow you guys, but not get in the bath. He's just gonna stay clothed and be in the same room as you
Yeah.
guys, just so you're in the party and waiting for whoever we're waiting for.
I'm beginning.
Just like the view.
I'm beginning to.
He's got his back turned.
Come on,
Yes.
man. You beat me to it. I was going to say, Zephyr says, I'm beginning to believe that you all just enjoy watching me undress.
I was first.
And I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I mean, you all see me undressed anyways.
That's
Sarah
fair.
just shrugs and she like walks over to Nim.
Again,
and she's
we're
just
not
like,
complaining.
Nim kind of looks up as soon as you guys enter. Well, long time no see. How are
Long
you
time
for
no see.
today?
We're fine. Despair
A little
says.
dirty again. I seem to have a
Zephyr?
knack for it.
I don't mean to be rude, but did you actually vomit on yourself again?
I seem to be unable to hold my drink.
It seems that way. What are you drinking? It must be some hard liquor.
I hand her the rest of the bottle. Oh, that's right, you took the bottle. Fuck.
Yeah, Despair drank the whole bottle. She's just like, oh, this is elfin wine.
It's
She
Sylvanus.
kind of
it's-
snickers a little bit. It's wine that you're drinking, is it?
It's Sylvanus number 3.
I'm
Anytime
not
you're
much
in,
of a drinker. What does that mean?
anytime you're in the city, I'll treat you to one.
Sounds good to me. Well, I suppose you're here for a bath, but what about the rest of you?
I don't mind having a bath.
Oh yeah, Beth.
I'm just here because I'm following them. I got nowhere to go right now.
He likes watching us bathe.
Yeah,
I can wait in the lobby if that works.
Hey,
You can
Critty.
go in there with, as long as you don't bathe as well. I'll trust you on the honor system as I trust the rest of them.
Works for me, I guess.
Quick
Yeah, what's up,
question,
Zephyr?
Critty. I just wanted to know, those dogs, they're still back at the guild hall, right?
I think that's where y'all left them.
I'm
Right.
pretty sure
Yeah.
that we said that Despair was taking care of them and like feeding them and shit.
Yeah,
Something.
she would be doing that.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I don't want them to die.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well of course, Despair wouldn't allow that to happen.
They're-
If they
they're
died,
cute
then
wolf
she's gonna be
puppers.
sad. Yeah.
Also, there's no way your DM would be remembering that much to actually kill off your wolf slowly in the
I
background.
don't know.
You're
Wolfred Brimley
overestimating
is
me.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh god, I forgot about that. Matter of fact, they're dead. They're dead.
No!
I'm playing. But yes, you can go in there if you want, but I'll trust you. Just don't get in the bath with them. But for the rest of you, that'll run you about 4 gold each.
Despair will get 4 gold.
Ace will
Jace
say,
also pays.
Ace will say, fuck it, I'll get in the bath, and he puts down 4.
Well, fair enough. Enjoy your stay, and let me know if you need anything. Zephyr, I trust that you need me to do a little bit of laundry service as well.
Yes, I'm sorry, but seems a necessity. I really should get more clothing.
I understand. I'll be by very soon to come pick up your clothing.
Apologies. Thank you.
Oh, no problem at all. See you soon. She kind of waves you off and goes back to her book as you guys head into the bathhouse. Or the bathroom, I guess.
I jump in like almost immediately. I actually take off my gloves for the first time.
Same rooms? Separate rooms? What's the one?
Oh no, I like that room.
Same
Same
room.
room.
What's that? Same room you said?
Yep.
Adventure together, bathe together.
Hell yeah!
Ace is walking into the room, like, unsure, but going with them anyway.
Polyamory party!
Yeah.
Well,
just
Despair will dip into the bath. I can't speak.
Same.
you just like leaving your dress somewhere. You're gonna have Nim wash it or anything like that.
I mean, I guess she'll just give it to Nim. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do with this. She just says, I guess clean it. I don't know.
She comes by in a few minutes and collects his clothes. Despair. I must say, I'm not used to you having any sort of clothes to even wash.
It is very efficient.
Yeah, it is.
I can imagine, but why, for your first time wearing any sort of attire, why something so, well, if I may say, elegant?
Oh, I was I was watching a play that Zephyr was starring in.
She kind of smiles really wide. Well, I heard of it. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it, but I heard you absolutely killed.
If it ever happens again, I'll be sure to secure your tickets.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. So, Despair, would you like to wash your fancy new dress?
Yes, please.
Well, all right. Well, how about the rest of you?
Ace will give his clothing as well. When he takes off his gloves, he's got two rings on each hand that are the exact same, and he's gonna just hand that off to them and take a towel and make sure he gets into the bath quickly.
He's kind of
Snoots.
holding her hands out really wide, somehow managing to carry this massive pile of clothes and still have time to admire the two rings you handed her. My, these rings are quite beautiful. Where did you get them? Did you get them up in the Therum district?
Oh, is she talking to Ace?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ace is gonna be like, no, don't worry about it. And he's just gonna ignore her.
Oh, fair enough. I'll be back with your clothes as soon as you guys are done. Enjoy your stay. And she just kind of nods or bows down politely as she backs out of the room and closes the door.
And Despair will belly flop into the bath.
Ace puts his hands up to avoid the splash.
Zephyr actually.
Oh yeah, she causes a massive splash. Everything is probably wet.
Yeah.
Zephyr dunks his head under the water and puts on the Aquarius bracelet to
Hey.
give it a shot, and then starts breathing to see if he'll. drown.
As you go under, pretty much the second you wear the bracelet and you go underwater, you start breathing and it feels like air. But you
That's
can
bizarre.
sort of feel this wet trickle of water going through your system and coming right back out with every inhale and exhale, and you breathe with ease underwater.
Yeah, and we're literally bathing in that water, bro.
Oh, that's okay. He doesn't care.
He's probably enjoying it.
He's breathing it out too.
He's
all right.
He's intelligent enough to know that you cannot avoid germs.
Yeah.
And he's going to take a deep breath out, come back up, and take the Aquarius bracelet off before his next breath.
All right.
Fascinating.
Yep, Jace just relaxes.
Yeah, my belly flop sure was fascinating, wasn't it? Anyways,
about how
Despair
long
will
are
just
you-
starfish in the bath.
I'm
You know
gonna.
what?
Ace is in the very far corner by himself and just sort of keeping his distance.
I'm gonna swim over to Jace, and I'm gonna grab his hand if he's cool with that. If he's not running away, and I'm
You
gonna
just grab my hand.
yeah, I'm gonna slip the bracelet on, and I'm gonna go check this out, and I shove your head under the water. Is this an athletics check or what is this?
Wow.
I would say athletics. I guess.
Opposed athletics?
Okay,
Yeah,
he's probably gonna
roll athletics and see who gets the better roll.
he's probably gonna crush me. It's only a +2.
It all depends on the die roll. I rolled a 6.
I equaled it.
Oh!
My strength
We're not
mod is
moving.
again. Let me
Okay,
see
let's do it again.
Do it again.
Oh no,
Oh,
you beat
no.
the shit out of me.
Well, so I have the bracelet on now, right? So I can't breathe.
No, you can't.
Not in the air.
But I have control of Zephyr.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I know what they are because we talked about it when we found them. So I
Yeah.
basically just grab you while not being able to breathe, and I just leap off the side.
I
into the
suggest
center.
you breathe the water.
Well, I mean, I know what they do.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I
You're
literally
powerful.
I just grapple you and I kick us into the center and just like do a body slam with both of us. Oh no, I do an RKO.
Oh god.
Oh no!
RKO.
RKO out of nowhere.
So yeah, that happened.
So wait, are you now drowning Zephyr?
In the water?
Yeah, is Zephyr drowning?
Let me see a Constitution.
Oh, I'm not good at those right now. I'm drowning.
Oh,
I'm breathing water, and it does not feel good.
I mean, I'm not going to hold you under there. I mean, I'm going to take my bracelet off.
Yeah, as you pull him up, time today, but pure water this time.
I just slap you on the back really hard to get any water that's left out of your system, and I just go, "That was great!"
Are you guys okay?
I hold out my hand kind of lackadaisically.
Yeah, Jace is just killing Zephyr. Everything's fine.
I hold up my hand lackadaisically for the bracelet.
I give it back.
Okay. I clasp my hand right, and I'm just like, uh-huh.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, pretty much. He's not gonna say it, but yeah, that's what he's thinking.
Okay, about how long are you guys gonna stay in?
Oh, I'm basically done at this point. I don't like water anymore.
Fair.
That shit sucks.
It was about 11:30 when you had arrived. So, and you guys have your meeting at 12. So, probably want to wrap it up relatively quick and hop out. I would.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think Despair will probably get out now.
Oh, I should have used my inspiration for that.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
That would have been great.
Worth. Basically, at about the same time you guys are starting to emerge, you hear like a soft knock on the wicker door. Hello?
Yes?
It's Nim. Are you guys about finished? No rush or anything. I just want to let you know that your clothes are done whenever.
Thank you very much.
Hearing that his clothes are done, Ace is going to get out and take the clothes and get dried out. And
Yeah, she's put like 2 baskets, one of them with warm towels and the other with all your clothes. So kind of set them by the door.
Same with Sappy's gonna do the same.
Okay.
Just getting ready. We've been through that a lot.
Yeah, you guys know the move by now. And yeah, you guys are able to get dressed and dried with no sort of trouble, left to your own whim.
Yep, Despair is like thinking to herself, like, should I wear the dress? Shouldn't I wear the dress? Why not? And she puts on the dress for no reason.
Hey!
She doesn't really care. Like, she doesn't care if she's naked or if she has clothes, so she's like, whatever. Something different.
Cool.
Something different to look at it.
Yeah, it's just like sighs and relief, like secretly as she puts on clothes, like just thinking to himself, like, when did this change? But holy crap, thank God.
Zephyr's just happy she looks a bit more regal.
Yep, and well, when Despair's hair is like all dried out and stuff, it's probably gonna be down, and then she rebun it back up, making sure that her right eye isn't showing or anything of that sort of thing.
Alright.
So, yeah.
With that, you guys want to head outside or whatever and wait for your rendezvous?
Yep.
Yepers.
Alright. Let me get my notes. Okay. As you guys are waiting for midnight to approach, just a couple minutes after midnight finally hits, from the nearby bushes, you kind of hear, psst, psst, Despair.
And she like looks over and she kind of walks over, like, who?
As you're slowly approaching, you see the bushes rustle for a moment before somebody comes out, kind of shaking the leaves out of their hair, out of their long blonde hair, and dusting themselves off a bit. Jeez, I really hate being outside. And as she kind of pulls her hair out of her face, you notice her or recognize her as Aphora, the young blonde elven girl that used to have her run-ins with Despair at her old place of business.
What do you want?
Hey, don't... Look, I know we've had our differences in the past, Despair, but please, I haven't come to be mean or anything like that. I really need your help. And she kind of walks up to your whole group, kind of still picking leaves off of her.
What do you need?
Well, first of all, thank you for coming. And Despair, I just want to say sorry for everything that's happened in the past. Well, sorry, okay? That's all. Sorry, and I just really need your guys' help because I don't know anybody else in this town who would be able to help me with something like this. And she's just kind of nervously looking at the ground, kind of stumbling on her words as she's nervous, talking to Despair again. And by the way, Despair, you look really pretty in that dress.
Oh, thanks, I guess. I don't know. And, you look fine too with the leaves in your hair. I'm glad that you're one with nature. She just says, and then she's just like, what's going on? Why aren't you with Lewin?
Well, he doesn't exactly know that I'm out right now, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
okay. First of all, it's nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
And she
it's
kind
nice
of
to
looks
meet
at the
you,
rest
too.
of the group. I believe I've talked with you at least once or twice. And she looks at Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you up close.
Yeah, no response.
Fair.
Jace kind of pushes his way right up next to Despair, and he just smiles.
Well-
So, let's just cut to the chase. What's going on?
Well, listen, I wouldn't come to you unless it was really important. And, well, don't get me wrong, Lewin is doing his best to keep us all safe. But recently, I've been kind of having trouble with. And she kind of looks at the ground nervously. Well, one specific person on multiple occasions. And as she kind of looks back up at you and her hair is fully out of her face, you see that she does, in fact, have a pretty severe black eye on her right eye.
Is it?
And she
Wait.
has
Is
some. What's up?
After you Despair?
Okay, Despair says, a person has been coming over a lot to Lewin's. Does this have any correlation?
It's not specifically to Lewin's. It's really just whenever I'm away from the girls, which, mind you, isn't really all that often. But he kind of just knows. I don't know. He knows where I'm gonna be, and he knows when I'm gonna be alone. And well, I've just been getting robbed by one specific guy. Okay, and I don't usually carry much on me, but I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. And I've told Lewin, but I don't know. I need help from somebody, someone different. That's all.
Perhaps you need protection.
Zephyr.
Ace is gonna walk forward. What does he look like?
Well, he has like blonde hair. He has green eyes. He's an elf, and he's. That's all I really know. I haven't gotten a great look at him.
This sounds very familiar to me.
Does he have a creepy voice?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at. Is it
No.
the same guy?
I was actually thinking Zephyr because he is literally blonde-haired, tall, elf.
He only has
Dude.
one green eye.
The guy
and,
isn't
and
tall.
one
The
purple
guy is
eye.
relatively short. The person that she's talking about.
Okay.
Is pretty notably short. And yeah,
Alright.
both of he's not dichromatic or whatever
Gotcha,
you call
gotcha.
that.
But
got
he's
the
not the
color.
creepy guy from the from the.
From the description, no, it's not the same at all.
Zephyr leans forward and says, "Point, and we'll do the rest." And I make a little arcane shock take place where my Eldritch Blast came earlier.
Well,
Bzzzt.
the weird thing is, I kind of know. Well, okay. First, before I say this part, can I promise that you're not going to ask too many questions when I elaborate a little bit?
I can never make that promise.
Well, can you at least be discreet?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I kind of know exactly where he lives, and I can show you.
That helps.
But the thing is,
Despair will take out her axe.
well, hold on. And she kind of puts her hand out in the direction of your axe. Listen, I don't want you to harm him. I just kind of need you to. Well, you can hurt him, but I need him to be alive and preferably able-bodied. I just
Do you want to
need
ask
him to be
questions?
scared. That's all. I just need you to scare him away somehow.
I'm good
I just
at
need
that.
Oh, I can do
I'm
that.
good at that.
I'm good at that.
I think we can handle this.
But I know I'm saying a lot, and again, I'm really sorry. But there's another catch, kind of, I guess.
Do tell.
He has sort of a lot of protection. He ventures out on his own a lot of times, but it also means if he sees who you are, it's going to cause a lot of trouble for you down the line. So I would recommend,
Sees who I am, or who we are. What do you mean by that?
if he gets your identity, he'll cause problems for you. Okay,
I already have a lot of...
I don't know exactly how you guys are handling all these things around town the way you are, but you clearly have some sort of special talent and special abilities. So if one of you is able to disguise your identity in some way and just scare him and just get him away from me, then, well,
You're
I'd be
talking
eternally grateful.
You're talking to professionals here.
Are you?
I should hope so.
Almost, I can describe myself very much. I'm not sure about
That makes
you.
one of us.
You already used your disguise today, Ace. I think you need a long rest.
It doesn't have to be today. I just need it to happen at some point.
I actually have 2 spell slots left. I can do that.
Well, either way, Despair will just say, look, I have a lot of problems of my own, and I don't really give a fuck if someone's going after me. I can just... I have the tools to defend myself, and I can handle myself just fine. I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to talk to him, and if he doesn't listen, he's going to get an axe to the face.
No,
but I'm not going to kill him, of
I
course,
really, really
like you
appreciate
said.
your enthusiasm, and I know that you're really brave and really strong, Despair, but I promise you it's not going to be like that. If he sees who you are, I can't say too much, but trust me.
Political allies, you mean? Political
She just
protection.
she kind of nods her head.
That is more troublesome for me.
It is not to me.
Political allies. What do you mean by this?
As in, he's kind of really important around here, and if you cause problems with him, you're causing problems with a lot more than just him. His friends, and possibly the king and queen and the guard.
I come from a not too noble house, and we could already deal with people like
What
us. Yes, I trust that his protection is solid.
What is his name?
I can't tell you that. And she just kind of looks at the ground.
How are we supposed to know who we're dealing with if he cannot tell us his name?
Look, I can tell you what he looks like, and I can show you where he is. That's all I can do.
In the meantime,
just tell us
you need
his
protection.
name. Despair is going to try to make a
Would you
persuasion
like me?
check with.
Would you like
actually,
me to do it?
I would appreciate it. I have a -5.
I literally am trained into all of the charisma skills.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I could intimidate her, but I don't want to do that.
I could magically influence her.
Doesn't have a reason to.
Alright, so I'll try it real quick, just because mine's just a skill. So Jace has been kind of hanging up the front, so he'll kind of go over. He'll put his hand on her shoulder just to kind of reassure her, and he says, "Like, look, we can offer you help and protection, but you need to be able to help us solve this. We need his name." And
she kind of looks off. Oh yeah, let me see.
Nope.
Oh God.
This die roller does not like me.
She kind of looks off into the distance for a minute, and you just kind of see her blank expression until her lip starts to quiver a little bit. Without any noise.
I walk forward, and I take her by the shoulder, and I pull her aside, and I whisper into her ear, "I don't like you, and you probably don't like me, but I like this man even less. You can tell me who his name is, and I promise it will never leave my lips."
Let me see the roll.
Okay. Persuasion? Okay.
Prepare your inspiration.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay.
What is that, 1d6?
No, you re-roll the d20.
No, it's just
awesome.
20.
Ah!
Wow.
Yes!
Yeah, let me just...
It's still average, right?
Yeah.
And what's that, Eighth?
Say to that.
She continues looking off in the distance, and after just a moment of her lip quivering, without any noise, tears just start to fall from her face.
Okay, Ace is annoyed, so he's gonna walk over there. He's gonna shove her a little bit and say, "Listen, if you
Christ.
If you can't tell us the
poor woman.
name, then we can't help you." He's going to intimidate her.
Jesus.
Despair is just watching all of
Victim
this.
shaming,
Like,
Jesus.
oh my god!
There we go.
As she begins to cry and you raise your voice at her, the second you put your hands on her, she steps back and just screams, "It's my father!"
Oof.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Well, now I can see why you don't want him
I
dead.
didn't expect that.
His name, and she's trying to struggle through her tears as she speaks. His name is Dugar Marquin. And she's just kind of swallowing and trying to speak through her shaky voice.
Jace goes and kind of hugs her just to kind of try and calm her down.
Despair looks over to Ace, and she walks over and bops him on the head. Don't do that!
Ace has actually gone pale, and he steps backwards a little.
Yeah, Despair just bops him on the head, and, she's just thinking in her mind, and she's connecting the dots, this is most likely abuse, right?
I
from
mean, yeah.
what you can tell, yeah, I mean...
Duh.
She's been physically assaulted.
Black Eye kind of says yes.
Despair...
So we're gonna kill this guy, right?
Alright, so...
No, wait, was that in character or out of character?
Out of character was a joke.
Okay, never mind.
Or was
Despair is going to walk over to... What's her name again?
Her name is Fora Marquise.
Fora.
Oh, excuse me. Fora Marquine.
And Despair is going to say, "Look into my eye and look into my face."
And she kind of wipes her tears away and looks up at you.
Despair slowly brings up her bangs, and it will reveal her whole entire face. What it looks like is that she has a permanently broken nose, and her right eye is gouged.
Ooh, fuck.
Yo!
Damn.
I didn't even know that,
Even
bro.
Zephyr was back up from that one.
I will now send you guys the reference.
Yeah! That's what I like to hear.
I'll put this on the video. So that they can see the picture.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's sick.
I can't put that on the video.
You can cut out the
I'll take the collarbone up. Damn!
And Despair will say, "This man has no right to be touching you in the way you do not appreciate it, and he will face multiple consequences." And then she puts away her hair. And then she will take out her axe. And she will rest it on her shoulders.
She just looks at you kind of shocked for a moment as her her breathing is still quivering. And after looking at you with a concerned and understanding look, she kind of puts her hand on your axe very gently. You can't hurt him. You can't kill him.
I do not care what happens.
Can't, or you don't want us to?
I don't want you to. And you can't. You don't understand how powerful my father is.
I do not care how powerful anyone here in this fucking kingdom is. I am going to hurt him and make sure that he remembers what he has
don't
done.
Understand despair.
Ace is gonna yell, she's right. You can't hurt him. You can try. But you'll only end up either dead in the end, or possibly worse.
I have dealt with multiple things, and I have persevered through near death. I can handle myself. And if you guys don't want to come with me, then I will go alone.
No, I'm with you.
If
We
you
will
go
come-
alone, despair. If you go alone, first he'll find out who you are. Then he'll get his men to kill you. He'll find out who you were affiliated with, and then they'll kill Zephyr, and then they'll kill Jace, and then they'll kill Ace.
They can try.
Bring it, bitch.
And if they don't, you'll get arrested. And if you don't get arrested here, you'll get arrested in the next town over because he owns businesses and shops there too. And the Crown's Guard love him in every city and every town for miles around.
But do you also know who loves us here? The entire population.
I wouldn't put all our eggs in that basket. And I pull Zephyr aside. Zephyr pulls Ace aside.
Ace does not hesitate. He follows him.
Sorry, I was just gonna let Jace finish.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say that was pretty much it. It's like if I don't think he. I mean, he may or may not be able to do things to us, but it's going to be a more difficult time for him to ping us with something, as we are currently quote-unquote celebrities, according to some.
That does not save you from incarceration. Anyway, I pull
Does
Ace
in the
aside.
United States.
Oh, that's true. But Cosby!
Oh.
Anyway, I pull Ace aside and I say, you don't need to tell me the details of your profession, but have you done a job like this before?
What do you mean?
Are you adept at keeping your face hidden?
Yes. I'm not sure I can do this job, though.
What about other people? Can you disguise other people?
No, I can only disguise myself. But she's asking. What she's asking for is impossible.
Why impossible? Why not just impractical?
Look.
All we need is a word. He doesn't need to hear your voice necessarily. What about someone else's?
What can you do?
Well, I know your bird can mimic things. Doesn't have to be our voice. Doesn't have to be our face.
Ace just shakes his head. He's not sure what to do here.
Food for thought, and I return to the group.
Despair is just shaking her head, and she's trying to, like, she's sort of conflicted because, like, she wants this man dead. Like, there's no, like, sugarcoating about it. She wants him dead, but in her mind she's thinking, but what if everyone that I've ever met died? And, like, she's never had this sort of confliction before because she's always in her mind being alone, and then shit happened, you know? So she's just like, look, I don't know what else to say. I just need, I can't, and she just kind of trails off.
I think we need to sleep on this.
No, I understand completely. I know more than anybody how difficult what I'm asking for is. And if you decide not to do it, that's absolutely fine. Because even if you do manage to disguise yourself, there's still an unbelievable risk. And it's not really my place to be asking you guys to take on such risk just to help out me, someone that you don't even fucking like, but I just don't know what to do at this point.
Jace kind of still is kind of like trying to calm her down, but he says like, well, in the meantime, I think that you should probably stay close to us for protection.
Stay close to you guys. I really can't.
Perhaps stay close to
not?
Lewin if he's an honorable man.
Yeah.
You trust him?
I trust Lewin.
Is the
Then
word
stay close to him.
I will. I'll do my best. Thank you.
Perhaps a change of career to get you closer to us and away from them?
I don't think that will help much. If the problem is her father, she'll be followed everywhere she goes.
Yeah, not if she works at the guild and stays at the inn next door.
We can't just keep her in a prison of her own making.
It's not a prison.
He'll find me, It doesn't matter. I really do appreciate the gesture. What was your name?
My name is Jace Thorne.
Well, and she puts out her hand. I
He
really
kisses
do
it.
appreciate the gesture, but he'll find me no matter where I do, or where I go, or what I do.
I'm not
Like I
suggesting
said,
that
he's-
we hide you, but he only assaults you when you are alone.
It's
He'd
not a
find a way.
fortress.
It's just.
I'm not saying
yeah.
it's a fortress, but he's not going to assault her in broad daylight or in front of other people.
There will always be some time when she's alone, and that's when she's most vulnerable.
But I will keep both of your words in mind, and I'll do my best to stay around other people as much as I can. I'm usually with the group. I'm usually with the girls or with Lewin. It's just somehow every time I go away just for a minute, he seems to know. But I know now that I can't really do that. But I appreciate you guys and everything you've done. And even if you don't do it, which I would completely understand. Thank you so much for your words and your kindness. And Despair,
Yes.
sorry about everything. I really am. I don't know why I behave like that sometimes. I don't know. I know it's
I've dealt
stupid.
with
And
worse.
I know I act like a child sometimes, but I'm trying to get better, and I'm really sorry.
Nothing wrong with a little self-improvement, she says as she pats her shoulder a bit. And she then can she make a perception check? Because she's like kind of now a bit her guards up because like she just said like
Do you mean insight?
even if she's out for a minute, no, not insight.
No, she's looking for the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can Ace do the same?
Yeah.
I guess I don't really need to. Should I? I'll do it.
Yeah, do it. Why
I
not?
see the roll. Oh wait, God, is that yours? Is that an 18 and a 20?
Sure, take it. I have nothing
Whoa.
plus 2 perception. I will take the natural.
Both of you would also notice I'm incensed.
As you,
What's that?
Pissed.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, by the way, but as you guys are kind of standing there, and Fora is kind of wrapping up her conversation with Despair, kind of out of nowhere, Ace immediately turns her head and just kind of looks over at the tall grass and tall bushes over to the east, and you see Lewin just kind of standing behind them as ominously as he can, mostly obscured by the bushes. But as soon as he notices that you saw him, he steps out. Fora, you never told me the details. I didn't know it was this bad. And Despair, Jace, and fuck, I haven't even met Jace. Despair and Zephyr, thank you for everything that you've done for my girl. I've been here the whole time, and well, with all of the crap that you've been through with me and Fora in the past, I just want to extend my gratitude to all of you, even the ones I haven't met.
Your thanks are not necessary. We haven't done anything yet.
I'll do my best to
And
keep my eye on Fora, but for now, and he kind of like jerks his head backward, and Fora immediately knows what he's gesturing for, and she just goes and stands over by him. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Despair.
It's no problem. Despair now feels awkward because he probably saw her right face, and
Oh, he did.
yeah. And Despair is just like, look, just stay with her, and I'm going to figure this shit out.
Of course, I will. Be careful, all of you. And he just kind of nods his head and turns around.
When,
Fora's by
before
the.
you go,
What is it?
act as an eyewitness for the next courtroom.
Eyewitness.
Oh! Oh, dude, that's bad. Bad, Cruddy, bad.
That
bad
That wasn't
boy.
him talking. That was me
You
talking.
bad boy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shame on you. Making fun of someone's disability. Oh, you fucking asshole. No, honestly. It's okay.
Anyway.
Fictional
Oh my God.
character.
Despair was just trying to say, like, act like an eyewitness as a testimony, I guess.
Of course. Of course.
for What I'm about to
Not
do.
a moment of hesitation. Wait. And he just kind of shakes his head as he knows trying to debate with you isn't going to go anywhere. Despair, just be smart. He's a very, very powerful man. And he's kind of speaking for as she's just holding onto his arm and she's nodding her head. And he just kind of nods as he turns around again. Be careful, Despair. All of you. And
Despair
he just
smiles.
Walks
I
off.
will be.
I will escort them.
Oh, okay. Hey,
then-
what's up with everyone else?
Well, as they're walking away and I'm waving, I speak out of the corner of my mouth. Are we killing this man?
Yep.
You can't.
I don't give a fuck.
We can't. There are other ways.
Ace is
And
just.
then Despair actually has an idea.
We don't
Zephyr.
need to kill this man necessarily.
No, Zephyr. And she, like, goes over and, like,
Yes.
whispers into his ear. The poison.
I was thinking the same.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be us.
Ace is just quietly standing there, staring at the ground.
But how... I don't know.
We can work out a delivery mechanism later. For now, we still have to do what we can. And again, this is a complicated scenario. I think it's just got a lot more difficult.
I just wish that
I don't know
he
if
he could pay for what he has done.
I don't know if we can kill him without hurting her more. Bastard or no,
oh.
still he may be a monster, but he is he is her father.
Now, listen here, Zephyr. She doesn't even want to be around him. Why do you think that
If she-
would even...
If she was willing to take the risk to come meet us for injury to him, it's not inconceivable that she may be emotionally trapped. Maybe she can't bring herself to kill him.
Who knows?
The abuser often takes what little may remain of your individuality, but the position that he's in as a father does put some difficulty on her. It makes
I suppose.
discerning what's right and what's wrong very difficult.
Maybe you're right.
Or what's just and what's right.
Anyhow, I think I need a drink after this.
I think I need a rest after this.
Just a quick update. While Jace was escorting them back to the brothel, a roving gang of Dugar's friends just killed all three of them, and Jace is dead. I'm just kidding. They got there.
Yeah, right.
like,
They got there
whoa.
just fine. They got there fine, and they just kind of thanked Jace again, without a word, really, just kind of nodding at him as Lewin very somberly escorted her, or like tapped her back as she went back inside, and he just shook Jace's hand and closed the door.
I'll make my way back over to the group. I'll keep an eye out around as I'm walking, though, just cause.
So, when Despair sees that Jason, she's just gonna say, "Talk to Zephyr. I'm gonna go have a drink. I kind of need it after everything." And she goes.
Ace will follow the group wherever we're going.
Well, I think we're splitting up. I'm probably gonna go back to the guild because I want to talk to Persephone.
Who are we gonna start with? I guess we'll do Jace because there's just one of him, so we'll get that out the way. We'll just do each one of you at a.
Well, there's Jace, and then there's Jace's ego. So
There you go. That's true.
You need 2 chairs.
Okay.
No, I would go back and seek out Persephone.
Yeah, she is in fact at the guild as soon as you enter, and there's a pretty light crowd, but there's a couple people sitting around drinking and some people playing cards and whatnot as you enter. And she kind of, at this point, has been able to recognize the sound of your boots on the wood and looks up with an excited look. Jace,
Yes, Persephone, and I'll go over.
what brings you here without the others?
They're going to have a drink.
And you're not.
Not yet, at least. I was walking by some shops, and I was really curious. Do you know how many shops? And we got the father's name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dugar.
Let me actually add that to my notes really quick. My apologies.
It's alright. The daughter's name is Fora Markeen, and the father's name is Dugar Markeen.
Right. I'll kind of ask her is like I heard that Dugar Markeen owns a lot of shops in this town.
Not even just this town. This town, the next one over. Is a bit of a philanthropist, businessman extraordinaire of sorts. I don't know too much about him. Why do you ask?
I was just curious. I heard talk of him and had heard his name, but I didn't recognize it. So I was hoping that you could give me more information about him.
Well, I wouldn't have too much. I'm not sure if anyone around this part of the city would, but maybe up in the Durham district they would know a little better. I happen to spend some time up there, so I've heard of him. You know, and me owning the guild and running the inn, I every once in a while bump into business types. I've never run into him myself, but you know, I've heard his name around. Relatively popular, well-respected man as far as I've heard. What
Oh,
did you
I've
hear about
only heard good things about him.
Oh, same here. Seems to be mostly just a charismatic businessman as far as I've seen or heard, rather. Fuck.
So you don't know where he normally wanders or hangs out in the city. He lives locally, I assume, right?
I don't think so. I thought he lived up in the dungeon master's checking his notes. I thought he
what a
lived
strange town!
Up in Therimore before. Unless he's moved or something, I'm not sure.
It's a town next to
As far
Player
as
is
I-
fucking with me.
He lived up in Therimore for as many years as I have heard, and owns just as many shops up there as he does here. He visits quite frequently, as far as I've heard, but doesn't have a permanent residence. So
How far is Theramore from here?
Not too far. I don't know why I switched to a British accent. It's not too far. It's like
It's your base
It's just
accent.
across the pond.
It's your
across
foundation
the lake.
accent.
It dead ass is. Every accent I have is based off that because it's the only one I can do realistically. Anyway, yeah, it's about fuck. I know it's eastern. If you follow the river eastwards for maybe say 50, 60 miles. I don't know exactly. It's not that far though.
So you can make it in a day with the right horse.
On a horse, yes.
I see.
Why are you planning a visit to Theramore? Got a little admiration for business now, huh?
Somewhat. A charismatic businessman could probably use another charismatic person around. And I just kind of smile, even though I know she can't see.
Good luck getting that close to him. I've heard he's always got a posse around him. You know, he's one of those. He likes to keep his image up. You know.
Yeah. So wouldn't he make a grand appearance if he were to ever come to the city?
That's why it surprises me that you said you think he's living here. He usually kind of does. I always see it buzz around the Benham district when he's making his way here. But I hadn't heard anything recently. It's weird that he would come here and not make a big fanfare about it.
I see. Well, I was just curious, is all. Thanks for humoring me. I think I might go enjoy a few drinks.
Have one for me, Jace.
I'll bring one back.
She just kind of chuckles and she shakes her head and goes back to writing in her her.
And Jace will head to the bar.
You know what the worst part about Persephone's accent is? It is supposed to be like European or like French or something, but I fucking can't do it.
That's absolutely not French. That's maybe like a weird.
It's like
blend of Czech,
like Scottish,
and Danish, and Scottish, and everything at once.
Ho ho ho! Baguette Eiffel Tower.
That's the thing is the French accent is exaggerated. It's so hard to do.
Je m'appelle Penelope.
It mixes.
I'll get it.
Persephone!
That's it, Penelope.
She's like a main character.
Who, Pepe Le Pew?
She,
and she's not mean at all. She's a sweetheart.
Main
character.
Oh, they said mean.
She's adorable. No, she's not.
She's a main
mean
character, yet you always forget the details about her.
She's such a mean character. She's such a mean.
Okay. It's just Despair's at the bar. Ace. Okay, so I'll do Ace and Zephyr, and then we'll catch up at the bar with Jason Despair.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm heading straight to my room.
Oh,
but I'm taking my dog in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Ace is gonna grab onto the back of Zephyr's cloak
Whoa.
or whatever, and he's gonna say, "This is a bad idea. What
Oh, of course it is.
Are we seriously gonna go and try to do this?"
No, we're thinking about it. And
hey,
then we'll go do it.
Thinking about murder, and you guys were talking about the poison. There was a very important aspect about the poison
very
that I
detectable.
forgot to mention.
You did mention.
Well, it's very detectable, and it is not 100% success rate. There's a roll.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah,
Well, it's okay.
I forgot to mention that.
I wasn't really thinking that it was realistic to kill him in the first place.
Yeah.
We can't do this. We can't. There's no possible way. This is stupid. We're going to get ourselves killed. Us and everybody else we know.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
No, I just said okay. I value your opinion.
Ace is unsure what to say.
Zephyr walks up to his room with his dog.
If I was trying to have a discussion with someone and they did that, I would beat their ass.
Oh, Zephyr's an asshole. No, totally. He's a complete jackass.
Somebody chokes Zephyr.
He's one of those fuckers. He's one of those fuckers that doesn't tell you everything that's on his mind about a conversation. He just makes his decisions behind your fucking back.
Kill him, Ace. Kill him. Use the poison.
It's not 100% successful. I wouldn't survive. Anyway, I took the dog up, and for the next, hour or so, I'll use my Channel Divinity to gain the skill of animal handling to get proficiency, and I will train him to attack.
Okay, I just want to mention, I don't know if you guys were clear that the wolves are big as shit. Like they're
Maybe I'll go with heal first.
Just I wasn't saying that like he's gonna murder you.
That's a good point. I hadn't considered that. They are big
that
fucking
they're
wolves.
not regular.
No, these are fucking timber wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
The type you don't want in your house. Anyway,
They're
I'm going to bring him
large
into the house.
After Zephyr walks into his room, Ace is gonna step out and go for a walk.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just spend about 2 hours tonight training this dog to heal and to attack on command.
Okay, we'll
use
get back to that.
I'll use like a pillow or something.
Let me see the roll, and we'll get back to how
Sure.
it worked out.
I'll start with heal, I guess.
Animal hit.
With proficiency because of my ability, that comes to 5. Oh dear. Maybe I'll just teach him heal.
Oh no.
Oof.
You teach him to bite you.
I mean, I was trying to get him to heal, but maybe I should spend more time doing that.
Maybe he just, like, flops on his back and, like, opens up his belly.
He's a really aggressive dog.
Yeah, he's
That's your second crit one.
They're not gonna kill y'all or anything. You know, they're your guys' wolf. You know, you don't have to worry about them hurting you, but
He clearly
it's gonna
doesn't
be
get it.
a bit tough to get them to listen to things. Okay. Despair and Jace will catch up with you at the inn. I mean, fuck the tap house.
Fuck the tap house?
Fuck the tap house.
That's not something you should stick your dick in.
Tapo. Anyways, Despair is gonna walk into the tap house.
Is Jace following behind, or have you not arrived?
I assume that Despair probably would have at least a few minutes on me since I stopped to talk to Persephone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, as you enter, you see a pretty damn busy night, and when Gordon is finished, like, wiping off the cup that he's wiping off, he sees you and gets really excited. It almost looks like he's trying to look behind you. Despair! Wait a minute. Where's the PP man?
He isn't here.
He's not here. He looks like noticeably sad. Why not?
Oh my god.
I don't know where he is gone.
The
He's
pee
disappeared.
man.
I haven't seen the PP man with you guys for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. And then she'll just walk up to Gordwin and she'll just say, "Give me the strongest beer you have."
He's kind of still looking sad as he pours it and just kind of puts it down without a word. Is he alright?
I don't know. She'll just chug the whole thing.
As he shakes his head to physically shake it off a little bit as he perks up slightly. What's wrong with you? You look a little bit more upset than you usually look when you walk in here.
Stuff happened, but, you know. And she just shrugs and she'll just continue to chug. Can I make a Constitution?
Yeah.
Yes, bruh. I really hope she pukes up everything. No.
Not possible. And without even letting you finish, the second you finish drinking that down before you get a word in, he just puts another one down on the table for you and pours it out. What's got you upset? Someone as big as you? What have you got to be afraid of or upset about? I've never seen you at any sort of emotional level. You're sort of a blank slate of kinds.
I don't really want to talk about it. Despair is also...
fair.
She's visibly upset that she hasn't gone yet. She's just like,
I understand not
just
wanting
continues
to talk
drink.
about it, but, Gordwin's always here to talk with you or drink with you, if either one will make you feel better. And he's kind of giving you a smile, trying to cheer you up a little bit. And he pours 2 drinks. Come on. I haven't seen you out drink in this building in as long as you fucking been here. So let me challenge it.
Alright. And where's Jace, by the way? Is Jace here yet?
Yeah.
Jace exists.
Yeah, so Jace kind of strolls in, quickly looks around because he did actually come here to kind of actually drink and also speak with Despair. So he'll kind of try and find out. So is she still at the bar then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jace just makes his way over to the bar.
And while Despair is chugging all the drinks, and she's just looking at Jace, and she's like, oh. Waving while she's drinking.
Wait, Jace, is that your name, right?
Jace, yeah, that's my name.
Where's the PP man, Jace? Where's the PP man?
Who's the PP man?
The beautiful Arabian prince they brought around here.
Oh, the alchemist guy.
Yes. It's been
I
a long
believe
time since he brought his PP face in here, and I miss him.
I do not know what you suggest, but I believe he still works at the Alchemist Guild.
He does he? Why doesn't he roll with your crew anymore?
He's doing research, I'm sure.
Oh,
You know, that book, all that book stuff.
All that book stuff. I won't bother him. I'll just miss him. Is all. Where's the other one then? The vomit one.
He was already vomiting, and he's probably turning in for the night.
Understandable. Well, what can I get for you, Jace?
Your strongest liquor.
Seems like that's what Despair here gets every damn time. So I've already got one prepared, and he puts one up on the table.
I will sip.
Fair. Let me get another con save and Desper.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right. 12. We're getting there,
You're
boys.
starting to feel it at this point. You definitely feel somewhat intoxicated, but not enough to impair your vision or movement. You just kind of feel butt.
All right. Despair will continue drinking, and she'll just be like, "I'm gonna get it at some point." She's just, she's just trying. She knows
As
that her
Gordwin is
abuse
drinking with
won't-
you, he's starting to feel somewhat tipsy. So he's I'm weak, but it's starting to feel somewhat tipsy. And just kind of stops. You know, well, maybe I shouldn't try to challenge you. I wanted to cheer you up, but I also want to keep me liver, if that's all right with you.
You have a 20 constitution?
The fuck she
No.
does is crazy.
No, she's proficient.
Plus 5.
In
Oh,
Constitution
that makes
saving
sense.
throw.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. I was gonna say.
One is 17.
Holy fuck, bunnies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jace will look to the bartender and
that's
be like,
kinda-
"Well, you also have an establishment to run. I would hate for you to lose out on business if you were a drunkard asleep behind your own bar."
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I see.
I genuinely wasn't. What did you just say?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he wasn't listening. No, I said, Jace said is like, well, yes, you also probably don't want to lose out on any business by being a drunkard asleep behind your own bar.
Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time if we're keeping it real with you. But no, I'm not trying to lose any more money. But I make plenty. I've got, and he kind of puts his hand out, displaying the room. Quite a bit of customers.
And
Speaking
Can I
of
have another
customers,
couple of drinks?
he kind of looks at you with his eyebrow raised. You trying to die today, is you?
My liver is made of steel, thank you very much.
I guess I can't really argue with that. And he pours you 2 more.
As
She
he's
will
kind
drink those 2 more, and I guess I will make another con save, right?
Yep.
Oh God.
I am so excited for her to fail. No!
Why do you want to fail
You're
the
too
con
good.
save?
I
What were you
want
gonna
to fail
say,
the con
Jace?
save so
She's-
she can puke everything up.
You can willingly drink to excess.
Wait, really?
I mean, you
don't
can
have
willingly
an issue
fail
with it.
any roll.
I mean, I don't. Well, Despair
would-
doesn't.
I would assume, yeah.
I mean, Despair just wants to get drunk, but she doesn't want
Just
to
keep going.
fail and then puke. So,
Well.
I don't know.
I mean,
but-
you're buzzed reasonably. You know. What were you saying, Jay? Sorry.
I was gonna say is Jace still just kind of sips on his drink. He looks at the bartender. Because this is the first time Jace has ever met this guy, so he says you mind giving us some space for a moment?
Of course, go right ahead. And he kind of shambles back to the other end of the bar and starts schmoozing with some other customers.
Jace just kind of looks over to Despair and he's like, "You're not going to be able to drink your problems away."
Despair continues to drink.
Yikes! I was like,
Yeah,
damn, that might
yes.
get to her.
Guess what? 10 wounds. You're sober.
Ah! What an asshole!
Despair gives Jace
Ah!
really angry look.
Oh, you're gonna get
she
nice as a fish.
slowly turns her head like the Kermit gif.
That's awesome.
I just say is like, look, I don't like this guy as much as you do, and I'm on your side. But drinking yourself under the table isn't going to help us at all.
I don't know what to do.
We're going to get him.
But how?
We'll figure out a plan, but we need you to be sober for that and get a good night's rest.
I've never felt buzzed once in my life. She just sulks. Well, I mean, I guess she felt buzzed, but I feel like her
buzzed.
kind of buzzed. Yeah, but I felt like her kind of buzzed
It's weak.
would be like.
It's a weak. It's a weak
Yeah.
one. It's a despair buzz, not a regular people.
Mm-hmm. So, just very just like, it's just like, whatever. And she'll just get up and she'll just pick up Jace, sorry, not Ace. And she'll just carry him back to the inn.
You picked up the
I'm
wrong one.
sober.
She doesn't care.
She's just used to carrying people out of the bar.
Yep.
I've kind of done something to her.
I flip a gold coin on the table to pay.
Is this how much trouble I've caused over time?
I was gonna say,
That she's just used to it?
Zephyr is literally Pavlov despair with vomiting, dude. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jay, as I'm being carried back to, like, he would be very confused, but maybe this is a coping mechanism for her, so he actually doesn't protest. So he just looks at her.
Some people hug teddy bears, other people carry them down the street.
He just looks at you. He's just like, very sincerely, he's just like, look, I'm just as disgusted as you are with this man's behavior, and I will not let it go by or ignore it. But we need to figure out a plan.
I know my plan isn't any good, but I would like to be the one to. And she'll go up to him and whisper, "Cut his head off. Behead him." You know what I mean, right? And then she goes and continues on walking.
I would see him, I would see him get his just rewards, but I do not. I believe that we should at least try to reason first, then threaten, then we'll see where things go. I'm not opposed to cutting his head off, though. But you could do it.
I don't know if he'll ever be the one to reason with, considering what he has done.
I'd like to give him a fair chance. I only assume it'll turn to violence.
Whatever you want, man. But I don't know. This is the first time I felt conflicted, though. For the first time, I've had people actually care about me and me care about them. So.
This is a heavy episode.
Yeah.
Goddamn right it is, bitch. I'm so happy with the direction it went. I was like, last week was too lighthearted. I'm on a break hearts and souls out here.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for this.
Oh, I was. I've been greedily tapping my fingers together like an evil villain all.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Despair is just, she says that, and she's kind of looking down as she, like, walks to the inn.
Well, there's no need to look down. You've got us to rely on.
I suppose you're right.
Well, I know. I'm always right. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep my pride and walk into the inn. I have a persona to keep as I kind of just try to jump onto the ground.
It's fine. She holds on to him.
Let go of me!
No.
Alright, opposed athletics. Roll 1d.
Okay. Let's do this shit, bro.
23!
Oh,
Wow.
I break for it and I run inside.
No, get back here. She runs after him.
Oh, it's just a little too slippery.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's all the oil I use for my my hair. It's all the products.
Yeah.
Too much gel.
Too much gel. Alright, but yeah, I go back to the inn.
Okay.
Alright,
And
Despair will do the same. Oh, before she actually does, she's going to get her pet wolf, and she's going to pet it, and she's going to bring it inside.
Okay. Elsewhere. in a sort of desolate part of Verloria that is not often visited. It's somewhat of a shrine, somewhat of a symbol of luck, a symbol of happiness for many, so it doesn't get much use, especially in the lower parts of Verloria anymore. It's a wishing well of sorts with a nice stone angel, kind of a homogenous deity that many people pray to when speaking to their own, and kind of mentally implant their own deity onto it as they're praying by this wishing well of sorts. Ace kind of sits on a nearby bench by it with the calming blue waters that seem like an unfit juxtaposition to the mix of terrible emotions that she feels inside as she sits there waiting for my bad. As he sits there waiting for the inevitable, and his thoughts are far from clear enough to handle this, even though he's handled it many, many times before. The newfound news that he has making it far more difficult, or he assumes it's going to make it far more difficult. And seemingly right on cue, a figure dressed in somewhat formal attire with looks like he just kind of got done for the party almost seems a little bit drunk, steps down a hill and kind of sits on the bench next to him. Right on time.
Like always.
As always. Well, what do you have for me today? Am I going to go back to him with good news or bad news or what? Because I have a feeling it's going to be the latter. And I'm getting a little bit sick of it, and I can promise you, he is too.
Ace is going to take out a pouch of gold. It'll have 250 gold in it. And he's going to say, "This is what I have gotten for now, and I need to speak to... hold on. I need to speak to Dogar."
The hell did you just say?
I need to speak to Dugar privately. I need...
Oh, Christ.
Don't... You trust me.
The fuck did you just say? Trust you?
And
he pours out the gold out of the bag onto the fucking, like, just the dirt, and as the dust kind of sprays up in the air. Trust you? You fucking runt. Like, I'm gonna bring you back to Dugar privately after you can't even make a full payment after 2 months. Are you crazy? Have you lost your fucking mind?
I've been trying. Look, you... It's important. I can't give it the information to you.
You can tell me whatever you're gonna tell Dugar. I promise you he has no more interest than I do in whatever the hell you have to say.
Look,
I think by now you should know how this works. You tell me if you have to tell him anything. I tell him he doesn't give a shit. It's not going to change anytime soon. So go ahead and tell me what you've got on your little mind.
He's... Look, he's in... People may be after him.
Oh.
You're actually getting funnier. I'm a little bit impressed. Somebody's after Dugar, and you're here to save the day, are you?
I just want him back.
You want him back? I think that's how this is going to end. I'm going to go let you see Dugar. You're going to pull whatever stupid trick you have up your sleeve, and you're going to get your piece of shit brother back.
Why would I try to trick you? Why would I try to trick you after what you've done? Look, I'm trying to pay you a favor in order to gain a favor back. I've been working for you for too long, and now I need... It's been enough. I will give you information as long as I get him back.
What information do you have that I could possibly give a shit about, let alone Dugar? Listen, I'll entertain your stupid little idea because you're right. I don't know what kind of trick you think you could pull because we're not going to let you see him alone. But perhaps as a little bit of incentive because that's all you seem to work for, if you can make a full payment by the end of the week, and I mean every bit of it, 500 gold by the end of the week, then we'll see about letting you talk to Dugar, whatever the hell you have to say to him. You're lucky. You're lucky I'm feeling good tonight. Feeling a little bit buzzed. I'm feeling good. So whatever. Make a full payment by the end of the week. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Deal.
Yeah. Deal. He kind of like pushes off of you rudely as he stands up and walks back off where he came from.
Ace is going to stand up and he's going to walk back to the inn.
Are you just gonna leave the gold there?
Oh, I was wait, he did not.
Yeah, he took it.
Oh, okay.
I should have specified, but he did take it. He
Okay.
fucking dumped it out as a point, but he picked it back up.
Okay. Yeah, Ace is going to go back to the inn.
Okay. And with that.
Oh, actually, before we end, I would like to just do one more thing.
What's up?
Without any success with the dog, I'm going to take a quick nap, and then when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm going to use my painter's tools, and I'm going to pull out a canvas, and I'm going to paint my vision of the Feywild.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm down.
Orange trees and shit like that. Looks like a nightmare, probably, but I'm going to try and paint it as well as I can.
Okay.
Would that be dexterity? I'll use enhance ability, too.
Yeah, I guess dexterity works. Why not?
Art
Cool.
is a performance,
Is it?
I think.
Charisma
Oh,
checks, then. I'll do the eagle splendor
Well,
thing.
well, actually, I'm sorry, I spoke too soon. You could probably, I mean, it's up to the DM, but sleight of
true.
hand.
I would say I think performance fits it pretty well.
Performance?
Yeah.
I'll use eagle splendor to give me advantage. Alright, let's see here. Performance? Oof, that's not good. Alright. +3. And I get to do that again. It looks like ass, but it's there.
Yikes! Yeah. Okay, noted.
All right. I got my
Anything
first-
else final before we wrap it up?
My last words are, as a player, the plot thickens.
It do. It really, really do.
Thickens with fucking
Velveeta cheese.
oil
This-
or
as
whatever
thick
the
as
hell
it
this is.
gets.
This is insane.
Oh my god.
All right. Is that it, friends?
I guess
Thickens
so.
into a very mysterious
Yeah.
substance that we
I'm
don't
so
want identified.
nervous.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm so nervous.
This is a heavy,
All
heavy episode.
And it'll only
Oh, yeah.
get heavier when we catch you guys next week on Dungeons and Disturbing. Goodbye,
Or drama.
everybody.
Because this is actual drama. Bye.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, the first time it actually applies. Bye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye.